Once upon a time, I was a young child. Everyone was, but I was someone who would go around the terrace of the house and make stories in my head. But as I grew up, those stories became a burden and a coping mechanism. That is when it struck me, why do I not write my own stories? Since I have so many. Well, because I have loved coding all my life. So, what if I combine? Make something that satisfies my professional as well as artistic need. That is where Inksfire, my app, was born. I am building an app to use the upcoming AI at my advantage to write screenplays. How, you may ask? I am making a multi agent application which will not write your screenplay, but it will help you ideate, rewrite some portions, plan and map it out, and also visualize the shots of it with 3D objects. However, one scary part of this system is called tokens, the agentic tokens. They are not free and not easy to judge the use of it as well. That is where my superhero is coming in, the Tableau next. I used Python to create synthetic data of how tokens work in multi-agent applications and imported the CSV files in the Tableau's workspace. As you can see, I kept it pretty simple. I have created two sections of this. One is user data, which is connected to the usage of the agentic track. This tracks the tokens that have been used by each user. Another one is working with objects, the 3D objects. They are classified in different sections, and we decide whether how much they are being used and if we are missing any of them. Let's take a look at my dashboard. I created synthetic data saying what would have my August 2025 usage looked like for my application. So as you can see, this is a summary. There are 3 levels of agents and a summary of how they have been used, the total tokens that have been used together. Then we go a little bit and look at the metrics of it, of how tokens per request, how many average tokens were used, and also the total tokens that were used in the month of August as well. I dive and play around a little bit more and try to figure out what is the day-to-day user request changes. Well, as you can see with the graph, there are more days of writers using the AI agent and showing a favorable response to the system. Next, I dive into looking at the level 3 agents, which are all the leaf nodes. How are they being used? And according to this donut chart, pretty balanced. But this is the problem here. I try to figure out how much credits writers used, the ones that they have bought. Well, only a small percentage of it is being used in the whole. However, a big chunk of it is underused. And also there is a big chunk which is only using in an average way. I went in a little bit more detail and figured out how combinations of agent 2 and agent 3 are being used. This helps me plan out whether I should restructure my agentic structure or not. As you can see here, with shortlist and prop building, the writers are not using it too much. So I can structure it in a way where it can use less tokens and give better results. Similarly, even story beats are getting used a lot. I can also change that and make less tokens but better results. When we go to object planning, We can take a look at how different objects of different categories are broken down with its types and subtypes. Here, as you can see, we have airport and we have subtype security check. We don't have uh, a 3D object for it, but it has been requested by the user. So this visualization helps me figure out what is needed and what needs to be done next. That is it from me today. Thank you and have a great day.